imbued with renunciation are much more powerful and lead to the collection of wisdom and the wisdom side of getting to Buddhahood. Okay?
Could we define Buddhahood again? I know that was 100 times.
No, it's good.
It's at the same time you say omniscience.
So,
and what's the second component of Buddhahood?
So Buddhahood is described as total enlightenment, which means beyond nirvana. It's a level beyond nirvana. Nirvana is defined as a state which you're free of mental afflictions, but you haven't reached total Buddhahood because you don't have omniscience.
So both free of afflictions and omniscience.
Yes, and so it's omniscience and total enlightenment. And omniscience is one of the bodies of a Buddha, which we're going to get to very shortly. Okay, let's talk about the four bodies of a Buddha. Goodbye, Mushi Musa. You can probably get it at Sunrise Park. I'm breaking this down a little bit more for your reference, because you'll hear this described a lot in your future life as a Dharma student. And just wanted to give you a little bit more information. I'm going to run out of space. So we'll stay in the Sanskrit here. Kaya, which is used a lot. Any guesses on what that means? What word it is?
Body.
Body, yeah. Dharma is a fascinating word. It doesn't get translated here in the West. Means a lot of things. Dharma can be translated into 10, 20 different things based on the context. Two main contexts for Dharma is one is the teachings, right? Almost like the written material. An ultimate form of that is the direct perception of emptiness. The other form of Dharma is kind of every existing object is a Dharma. A mental or physical object can be a Dharma. It's just a thing, it's an object. Here it kind of refers to the wisdom body. It's called the essence body, or just called the Dharma body. Rupa means form, so this is the form body. The homework's asking for two bodies of the Buddha, and it's going to break it down between Dharmakaya and Rupakaya. So that's all you need to know. There's a form body and a Dharma body. Quite often you'll hear the three bodies of a Buddha, and that will be Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, and they'll say Dharmakaya, and they'll combine these two. So don't be confused. That's why I put the four up here. And then more officially, there's four bodies of a Buddha. So on the essence or the Dharmakaya side of things, the Nana Dharmakaya, Nana is Sanskrit for wisdom. So it's the omniscience body of a Buddha, Richards. This is what we're getting at.
What's the first letter? Is that
J.
so
Nana.
is JN.
JN. So the Jnana Dharmakaya is the total omniscience of a Buddha. Let's clarify what a body is. These are not all material bodies like our bodies in this room. They're not 4 parts, or they're not 4 separate bodies. So a Buddha, you can't say there's 4 Buddhas, there's one Buddha in front of you in 4 different parts and one is each. They are parts that make up a Buddha. Every enlightened being has these 4 qualities. Okay? So it's the wisdom body, and this is the essence body, in that it's the emptiness of the other 3 bodies. It is the emptiness of the Buddha's mind, which, of course, all of these are part of. So this is the total omniscience of a Buddha. This is the emptiness of the Buddha's mind.
So back to Nana, does that mean wisdom, or does that mean
Wisdom. Wisdom in the sense of omniscience.
Same word, almost. Omniscience and wisdom.
Well, in this case, omniscience.
Omniscience.
But that is how it's being translated from Nana. Wisdom has a lot of different translations.
Right.
Okay. But here, Nana means omniscience. And what is omniscience? Omniscience means that they know all things in all 3 times at once. Omniscience means that they are perceiving our world, every perception of them, of their world, is in both ultimate reality and conventional reality at the same time. And that is it, full total omniscience. That is what a being who has reached nirvana doesn't have, is the ability to know all things in all 3 times. And it's not so much like to know the number of grains of sand in the Ganges River, which is a metaphor used a lot. It's knowing about karma and emptiness, knowing where things are coming from, knowing what are the causes for everything, knowing what causes for Buddhahood there are, so you can teach people perfectly what they need in order to for them to reach enlightenment. Okay? The reason you want omniscience is because you'll be able to perfectly help people. Without it, you're imperfectly helping people. On the form body, there's 2 parts. There's the Sambhoga Kaya, which is kind of like the paradise body, they call it. This is a paradise body of an enlightened being, depicted in the Tankas in this way, is a paradise body. That is how Vaitara appears to other enlightened beings. Nirmanakaya is an emanation body. And an emanation body could be anything. It could be a rock, it could be a wind, it could be Vaitara. But one of the cool attributes of an enlightened being, of a being who has reached total full Buddhahood, is that they can emanate at will to help others. And that's what they do. I mean, this is, when you achieve this, you've received, your Buddhahood. You've attained Buddhahood. What a Buddha does in their job description is they abide in all 4 of these, and they're sending out emanation bodies all the time to help everyone. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here. You're all Nirmanakayas to me. In a gross form. Nirmanakaya can be in any form whatsoever. It's an emanation from an enlightened being to help others reach their goal, because they know what's needed for that person, because they have omniscience, because they hold the Nana Dharmakaya. Okay. You can choose to do a mushi musum on this as well, of how the 3 principal paths are required for you to attain the 4 bodies. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. Okay, we're going to go a little bit more direct. Okay. Each of these bodies comes from a cause. These are results. Okay? All results come from causes. So you can say these are result bodies, result forms. So we want to know what the causes are. If you want to everyone wants to get rich, so you always look at the causes for getting rich. I'm going to get this job or whatever.
I want to get to San Francisco. I got to find my causes to get to San Francisco. I want these results of being a totally enlightened Buddha. What are these causes? You give them to me because those are what I want. Right? If you want the path, then there it is. So let's look how the three principal paths form the causes for these results. There are two, let's see, we kind of went over that. We talked about the two causes being, so remember we had merit and wisdom, right? Merit would fall under the Rupakaya. So we said there were two causes for Buddhahood, and one of them was merit. In that way, merit is a cause for the form body.
Merit as method?
Yes. We said that there was another cause for Buddhahood, and that was wisdom. Wisdom is the cause for the Dharma body. Okay. And then we said that there were causes for the method and wisdom. They're called collections. And you can say the collection of wisdom or the collection of merit. And you need to achieve the two collections, is referred to a lot, in order to achieve Buddhahood. And it's a common phrase. You need to achieve the two collections. What that means is that you need to achieve the two collections of wisdom and method in order for you to attain the bodies of a Buddha. Okay. So how do you attain the two collections? You use the three principal paths. You use bodhicitta to plant seeds for the collection of method or merit, and you use correct view to plant the seeds for the collection of wisdom.
The definition of bodhicitta, bodhi meaning awakening, citta meaning mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like a spontaneous mind that wishes to achieve enlightenment?
It doesn't have to be spontaneous.
Okay. Just a mind that wishes to achieve enlightenment?
Correct.
For the
Benefit of others.
that's it.
Yeah. Reach total enlightenment for the benefit of others.
Right.
Total enlightenment means you're going to achieve the Nana Dharmakaya and the omniscience body of a Buddha. And it's not spontaneous, it's altruistic, it's the intention, it's the wish.
It's altruistic.
It's wish.
Wish.
And,
A wish.
And it's
to
not
achieve.
even that you have to do it. Like the wish imbues 9/10 of the act of
So you
bodhicitta
just have to wish to become a Buddha.
for the benefit of others. And then you start acting on it, but you know at a certain level you're starting out, you don't know what the exact needs are for a person to do that, to help them, but you just help them. And with that wish, it will change your world. And that's bodhicitta.
Renunciation is just the wish to no longer be in a cycle of suffering.
It's a negative. It's a disgust for this suffering.
Or just a disgust for the.
Yeah. It's how.
So it's kind of like an aversion.
Yes.
But it's not a bad aversion necessarily.
No, it's because it's from wisdom.
It's from wisdom.
It's not bad because it's a realization. Renunciation in its true form is a top, or a tokpa. It's a realization. It's kind of you want renunciation. You strive for it because you know it's the only thing that's going to help you get out of all this suffering.
And that correct view is just that. It's just like
Well, no, correct view is a combination of karma and emptiness. It's
Karma.
understanding how everything works. And I'm not going to go into it right now any more than we have. But we'll get into correct view. Every week we'll talk about correct view. So it starts to sink in a lot. Like you said, yeah.
You said bodhicitta helps to form the form body and correct view helps to form the wisdom body,
Mhm.
are the causes for them. So are you saying that renunciation isn't a cause, or is it only a cause to move you further into the other two?
So it's two ways. Renunciation is a preliminary for bodhicitta. So it's preliminary for the collection of merit and the form body. And then it's also like, I don't know, it's like kind of like the substrate. It's the ether that when you do things with correct view, with renunciation at the same time, it's true correct view. It's much more powerful. It's like the ultimate form of wisdom in a way.
So in that case, then renunciation also helps you form the wisdom body. So renunciation
Yes.
is actually.
Yeah, it helps with both.
Well then.
Pabonka Rinpoche says renunciation is like that which, what does he call it? What's the expression we use? It's blanking, but that which you cannot be without. So it's not, it's required for both bodhicitta and correct view, and the both resulting collections of merit and wisdom. It is that which, without, there is no other. I think, what's the expression? Without, there is no other.
Nice.
Without renunciation, you cannot have true bodhicitta and true correct view. And then you won't get the true results, which are the two bodies in the gross form. Once again, proving how these three principal paths of renunciation, bodhicitta, and correct view are required for us to reach our goal of total enlightenment. And the relationship between them all in terms of causality, in a gross level of causality, cause and effect, what causes us to achieve these results?
I asked because I had the homework in front of me, and I saw the question that says, what's the cause for each of the two bodies? And you could say, oh, one like bodhicitta for the form body or wisdom for the wisdom body, but actually what you just said is you actually need at least two. I mean, you
Yes,
said at
you
least
need
two
the
of
two.
them for each. So two are the causes, or are three the causes for each body? Do you know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, you need a combination of two for each body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, great.
you need renunciation and bodhicitta, and renunciation and correct view.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Yes. Yeah, it's good. Ask lots of questions.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there's one thing, last thing I want to cover tonight. We can do it in 2-3 minutes. We talked about, there's another division of how to reach Buddhahood, and that is, they sometimes call it the removal of the two obstacles. And there's two main obstacles, and there's the obstacles to freedom, and there's the obstacles to total omniscience. And you'll see this written that way in a lot of text. They just refer to the two obstacles. The obstacles to freedom, freedom is just a metaphor for nirvana, which is the removal of mental affliction obstacles. So to attain nirvana, you need to remove all mental affliction obstacles. So when they say the second obstacle is the obstacles to total omniscience, they mean removing obstacles to attain the Nanadharmakaya. And only when you remove the obstacles to total omniscience will you attain total enlightenment. These obstacles block us on our path of our two goals, nirvana and enlightenment. Okay, so there's obstacles. Everything that we do is kind of broken into a lot of the virtuous things. They work as antidotes to the obstacles to freedom or omniscience. And you'll see this in your practice as you go forward. Our last point is that you need the three paths in order to remove these two obstacles. These two obstacles to freedom and total omniscience. Primarily the path of correct view. In its highest form, and viewed with renunciation, is required for you to eliminate these two obstacles. Both obstacles. They're saying that you cannot eliminate the mental affliction obstacles to reach nirvana without correct view. And that goes without saying for total enlightenment. Yes.
So would you need bodhicitta to achieve enlightenment?
Yeah, total enlightenment.
Why? All you need is renunciation and correct view.
I guess It is bodhicitta is required because one reason it speeds things up very much.
Oh.
When you do things with an altruistic intent for the benefit of others, you speed things up much faster. It creates the seeds you need to get the Rupakaya. Okay, there's no such thing as attaining the Dharmakaya without not having the Rupakaya. So it is required. What it's kind of saying in that statement I just made was that you cannot attain the Dharmakaya without correct view. So it needs to be part of your practice now as part of the three principal paths.
Is it the case if you don't use bodhicitta that you can have some experience, maybe in nirvana, but not total Buddhahood?
If you don't have an experience of bodhicitta?
Right, if you don't have bodhicitta, you can reach perhaps nirvana, or
Yes.
have some realization for yourself, but
Yes.
not.
That's absolutely true. Yep. Yeah, there's definitely other traditions which attain nirvana without bodhicitta.
And then they wouldn't call that, I know it goes into a description of what's total Buddhahood or what's nirvana, but it seemed to be his.
Yeah, then you're not really working towards these four bodies
Okay.
and Buddhahood in itself. The goal is nirvana,
Uh-huh.
and that can be achieved with correct view and renunciation, or other practices too. Other traditions have other ways to eliminate the mental fiction obstacles.
Yeah.
There are many practices for that, but you do have to eliminate your mental affliction obstacles in order to get to freedom. And the path to nirvana, there are many traditions that are all valid that can work there. In our Mahayana tradition, we work towards total enlightenment. So we don't focus on the path just to nirvana. So we are at 2 minutes to end. Any questions? Everyone will sleep well tonight. We packed in a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
There's question 10. Anything hit on it?
Or is it? I think it's in the reading. That's why I didn't do it.
Okay, then we'll do that.
Let me just
All
check
right,
it's
then
in
that's
the-
probably why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a great thing we can talk about it next class. It's fun. That's the magic side of things. Make you do the reading.
Good teacher.
You caught us out. That's it. So we put more material in tonight because we had to catch up from class 1. But next week we'll kind of get into a more of a structured flow for every class, and I hope you enjoy it. And we'll do some homeworks and quizzes in the beginning as a group. Try to get everyone involved. We'll do some meditation, bring some practice in, and bring your questions too. And we hope to see everyone next week. Yay!
Thank you.
So we have a dedication at the end. We did a lot of virtue talking about these things today. Just being here is a virtuous thing. You spent 2-3 hours here. So let's dedicate. In your mind, you could set a goal, something small, something big, and you're going to, by dedicating the merit, you're going to actually give it some direction rather than just being loose. And what's going to happen, you're going to intend it towards an end result, a goal, and it's going to be more powerful. So we say this one once.
Wait, like what?
What?
You said dedicate it to an end result.
Yeah, whatever you choose.
Could you give
So,
us some examples?
well, if you're looking for a job, maybe,
Oh, something like that?
something positive, like something positive happening like that. Absolutely. Or sometimes you want a better understanding of the teaching, so you help for wisdom. Or you're having trouble sitting down doing the meditations and getting on the yoga mat, so you help me remove obstacles to my practice.
Okay.
Boy, I could come up with a long
I
list.
feel like become a Buddha as fast as possible.
Or you could wish to achieve enlightenment as fast as
Boring.
possible for the benefit of all of Yeah, as they say, how long is a piece of string? Yeah, that's how many intentions you can have.
Okay.
All right, so let's dedicate. Sunam Yashe Soshen Sunam Yashe Junwei Dampa Kuni Topasho.
Can I do this too?
Okay.
Thank you for teaching.
Should I?
Yes. I can type it out. Bet there's some more people online too.